far corner of Triangle Alley, below the whooshing sound of a sparkling TR-3B, at the edge of a dark forest where lumbering beasts dwell. It's Beyond the Beyond with Tanner Rush.
Beyond the Beyond, UFO Secrets and Close Encounters, Part 2. Last time we discussed the importance of eyewitness encounters and how they can provide cultural and societal context and detail that photographic evidence can have a hard time supplying. By examining these areas, scholars may be able to gain a more comprehensive understanding of the UFO phenomenon and its broader implications for human experience, culture, and society. One of the most important things I have found when researching the phenomenon is looking into close encounters. There are quite literally thousands to choose from, and those are just the ones we've heard about. Some are better than others, and for these two parts I've chosen to look at a few of the ones I find most interesting. The event commonly referred to as the Antonio Boas incident or Boas abduction stands out as one of the most extensively documented cases of reported alien abduction. In Brazil in 1957, Antonio Villas Boas, a Brazilian farmer, recounted a chilling encounter with beings from beyond our planet. Boas was working on the family farm in Minas Gerais, Brazil, when he noticed an odd, brightly lit object in the sky. It flew down and landed in a field, lighting up the entire area as it did so. Curious, Boas approached the craft. As he got closer to the object, he was startled to see humanoid figures emerge from it. They were wearing metallic suits and had large, almond-shaped black eyes. I talk a little bit about these suits in a previous Beyond the Beyond article. These figures quickly grabbed him and forced him onto the waiting ship. Inside, Boas was subjected to a series of experiments, something that seems to be a theme when it comes to these types of encounters. Blood was drawn and vitals were taken. A woman who was very beautiful entered the room, and Boas said he felt a strong attraction for her. The two had a cosmic collision, and after, she rubbed her stomach and pointed upward. Boas took the gesture as meaning that she would give birth to and raise their child in space. Shortly after, he was taken on a tour of the ship by other humanoids. Boas attempted to steal a clock-like device as proof of his encounter, but was quickly caught and made to give it back. He was then escorted from the ship and watched the craft take off and shoot into the sky above him. Antonio Boas later became an attorney and had 4 children. He stuck to his story his entire life. In September of 1989, several children in Voronezh, Russia reported seeing a craft land in front of them while playing in a park. The incident happened in broad daylight, and it is said that a large circular ship landed softly in a clearing. When it landed, witnesses reported 3 beings with large, glowing eyes descending to the ground from an open hatch. The alleged aliens did not say anything, but rather communicated with onlookers via telepathy. It was not an optical illusion, said Lieutenant Sergei A. Matyavev of the Voronezh District Police Station in a telephone interview. While he did not see the aliens, he claims to have seen a craft flying through the air that day. The aliens were evidently joined by a small robot, who one of the creatures turned on with the touch of its hand. A boy began to scream, but just the action of locking eyes with one of the creatures was enough to silence him. As the aliens left and the craft embarked, it left a trail in the sky similar to the letter X. Although separated, all of the children were able to draw this very odd detail when asked to recollect their experiences with the odd-looking creatures. In 1976, in the Allagash Wilderness Waterway in Maine, 4 men named Jack Weiner, Jim Weiner, Chuck Rack, and Charlie Foltz were on a canoeing trip in this very, very remote area. One evening at Eagle Creek, the men noticed a bright light in the sky. They began to shine their flashlights toward the object, and suddenly the light moved quickly toward them and seemed to engulf their canoe. The next thing they knew, all 4 men were back on the shore. They had no memory of what had happened, but like many abduction experiences, the memories would slowly start to come back. Through hypnosis, they were each able to reveal what happened aboard the craft. Evidently, They were the subjects of medical experiments, tissue sampling, physical examinations, and neurological testing. The creatures were supposedly tall and insect-like and looked similar to the typical greys of UFO lore. Independently and under hypnosis, the men each recounted similar tales. Jim Weiner said, There. They don't know what to do. I think they think I'm going to come after them. I feel like I want to. The first one that comes near me, I'm going to throttle him. I don't like these things. I don't care where they're from. They shouldn't be doing this to people. Jack Weiner said, They're right there. Their face is right in my face. I don't know why. I don't want to know. I don't want to know what they want. They're saying things. In my head, they're saying, don't be afraid. They say, do what we say. Just do what we say. Charlie Foltz said, it's like a doctor's office. I get that. It's cold like a doctor's office is cold. They put the panel over your chest. Then they scrape your arms and your chest, your legs and thighs. We shouldn't be here. I just keep thinking, I want to go back to the canoe. Chuck Rack could see what they were doing to his friend Charlie. He said, I see some sort of device on him. They've got this looks like a silvery, it looks like it's got curves on it. It's almost like it sucks something. He's got his head tipped way back. It's almost like he's in pain. We can't help him. All we can do is watch him. Then there is Canada's most famous UFO case, which has come to be known as the Falcon Lake UFO incident, or Manitoba UFO incident. On May 20th, 1967, near Falcon Lake in Whiteshell Provincial Park, Manitoba, a man named Stefan Michalak, a Polish immigrant and amateur geologist, was prospecting in the area. He saw two cigar-shaped objects descending from the sky. One landed and one remained airborne. Michalak approached the object, which he described as metallic with strange symbols written on the side. It emanated heat, and he could hear muffled voices coming from inside it. He attempted to communicate with the occupants and called out in several languages, but to no avail. Suddenly, he felt a hot blast come from the craft, and his clothes caught on fire as he staggered backward. He tried to shield himself with his hands. Panicked, he tore off his clothes and hid behind a nearby rock. A smell of sulfur and burning electrical circuits hung on the air. Nauseous, Michalak staggered to his campsite. Following the encounter, Michalak exhibited symptoms akin to radiation sickness, such as nausea, headaches, and burns on his chest resembling the object's exhaust vents. He sought medical assistance and reported the incident to authorities, prompting an investigation involving both civilian and military personnel. Over the years, there were many attempts to try and discredit Michalak's story, but no one could definitely debunk it. Up until his death in 1999, Michalak's story never wavered. While visual evidence can provide valuable documentation, close encounters engage multiple senses, offering a more immersive understanding of the UFO phenomenon. First-hand accounts can also offer a more nuanced perspective of something that may very well indeed have a psychological and spiritual component to it. As we navigate the labyrinth of a phenomenon we've just only begun to scratch the surface of, these encounters can serve as one more way to finally get towards something resembling the truth. Have you been abducted? Have you had a sighting? Message Beyond the Beyond One on Instagram.